Hello friends, myself Dr. V.N. Deshmukh, Associate Professor at Sudhakar Naik Institute of Pharmacy, Pusat. Friends, today we will study the general methods for the extraction of crude drug. The phytoconstituents which are present in the crude drug, they are to be extracted out using a suitable solvent. So extraction is a process in which a physical separation of soluble phytoconstituents takes place which are available in non-soluble plant matrix. This process of solubilization takes place with the help of the solvent. Solvent may be a water, it may be a hydroalcoholic solution, it may be a alcoholic solution, or one can say that the polar to non-polar organic solvents can be used for the extraction. The solvent which is used for the extraction, it is called as an menstruum, whereas the solution containing the extracted phytoconstituents, it is known as the micella or the extract. After the extraction, one have to again concentrate the extract to obtain a concentrated extract and perform the procedure. Before going for the extraction, you have to reduce the size of the plant material. So depending upon by which process you are going to extract the particular phytoconstituent from the crude drug, you have to reduce the size of crude drug into the fine size or the coarse size. So friends, let us study the general method for the extraction of the crude drug. So what is the extraction? Extraction, that is the treatment of a plant or animal tissues with solvent to separate soluble active materials from insoluble residue like cell, tissues, or most of the inactive or inert components. That is the extraction. That is the chemical constituents which are present in the crude drug. Either they may be a therapeutically active or they may not be therapeutically active. They are extracted through the plant cells by using a suitable method, by using a suitable solvent for the extraction. And these material or these phytoconstituents which are extracted, they are the present is in most of the inactive or inert components which is present in the cell of the plants in the particular morphological characteristic of the plant, such as the stem or the wood or the bark or the flower or the fruits or the seeds. So before going for the extraction, the outline for the extraction, that is, first of all you have to collect the plant material. You have to procure the plant material, collect the plant material, then the authentication is to be done. The authentication of the plant material is most important, because if the plant is not authenticated, whatever the efforts which are taken for the extraction process, it will go in vain, it will waste. So energy and the time which is utilized for the extraction, it will waste if the authentication of the drug it is not done. So the most important, that is, after the collection of the plant material, go for the authentication. Then preservation, you have to store it into the store. So during the preservation, the drug should not get deteriorate, it should not get admixed, the quality of the drug should not get decreased. So you have to preserve it properly as per as the requirement of that particular drug. You have to preserve it properly. Then the size reduction. Next is the size reduction, that is, depending upon the method of the extraction which is to be chosen, you have to reduce the size. If you are going to use the Soxhlet extraction process, then you have to reduce to a coarse particle size. If you are going for the maceration or the percolation or the digestion or the decoction, then the particle size, it may be a fine one. So the size reduction is to be performed, and for the size reduction the material should be completely dried. The amount of the moisture present in the drug, it should be a negligible one. Then you have to go for the choice of the solvent, which solvent should be used, the type of the solvent, which solvent should be used, because the entire cost of the process of extraction depend upon the choice of the solvent. From polar to non-polar solvent, you can choose any solvent. You can choose a single solvent, or you can choose the combinations of the solvent for the extraction. Then the method of the extraction, by which method the extraction is to be carried out. The method, it may be a digestion, it may be a decoction, it may be a infusion, or it may be by using the Soxhlet apparatus, or the maceration, or the percolation. Any type of the method can be chosen for the extraction depending upon that plant, depending upon the active chemical constants present in the plant. You have to choose the method of extraction. After the choosing the method of the extraction, you will obtain the extract. The extract which is obtained, it is filtered, separate the extract from the mark. If necessary, you have to again the subject the mark for the extraction, so that the complete phytoconstituents will get extracted out. Then the filtrate which is obtained, it is in the bulk, it is in the more quantity. So you have to perform the evaporation of the solvent from the extract, that is the concentration of the extract. You have to concentrate the extract to the dryness, and you will obtain the residue. This residue, it is in the crude form. It is in the crude form, that is the residue which is obtained along with the active chemical constant. It will contain the inactive chemical constituents also, which are not useful therapeutically. So you have to go for the purification of the crude extract. So you have to purify it by different methods, such as the chromatographic method. It is one of the method which is used for the further purification. You can also go for the recrystallization, and you will obtain the purified active phytoconstituents. You have to calculate the percentage yield of that particular phytoconstituents. So in this way the process will get continue. The process will get continue, and you can determine how much amount of the specific phytoconstituent present in the crude drug can be determined. After this, you can go for the estimation of that particular chemical constituents or the phytoconstituents which are present in the crude drug. So this is a general method by which the particular extraction of the phytoconstituents they are carried out. For the some drugs, the another methods they are to be used depending upon the phytoconstituents which are present in the crude drug. Then the storage of the medicinal plants, one of the important thing before going for the extraction, that is the storage of the medicinal plants. During the storage of the medicinal plants, the precaution should be taken that the quality of the medicinal plants which is stored, it should not get deteriorate. So the moisture during the storage is the biggest enemy of the crude drug. So before going for the storage of the crude drug, the drug should be free from the moisture. Then the dried material stored in the sack, bales, wooden cases and the cardboards, as per as the requirement of that particular drug, it should be stored either in the sacks or the bales or the wooden cases or cardboard boxes. Then storage place must be neat, clean and free from the rodents. Then no spray of any insecticides or the pesticides should be sprayed during the storage, because the traces of these insecticides or the pesticides may remain on the drug and it will cause further decrease in the quality of the drug. Then the temperature and the humidity should be controlled in the store premises. So all these factors should be considered, otherwise it will cause the decrease in the quality of crude drug. Then the process of extraction can be divided into two processes: conventional method of extraction or the non-conventional method of extraction, or one can say that the general method of extraction or the modern method of extraction. So conventional method, it is also called as the general methods which are used for the extraction, non-conventional method. It is also called as the modern methods which are used for the process of extraction. In the conventional method, the methods such as the maceration, infusion, digestion, decoction, percolation, serial exhaustive extraction, and solvent extraction, which is also called as the continuous solvent extraction, that is a Soxhlet extraction, it is also used. So these are the conventional method. Non-conventional method, in this case, the ultrasound assisted extraction, supercritical fluid extraction, pressurized liquid extraction, and the microwave assisted extraction is used for the extraction. So in this case, in case of the modern methods of the extraction, the process of extraction speed up as compared to the conventional method or the general methods of the extraction. Then the solvents which are used for the extraction. Generally, the alcohol is a solvent for many plant constituents. One can go for the hydroalcoholic solutions. Organic or inorganic solvents can also be used for the process of extraction, or simply the water, if the phytoconstituents which are present, if they are the water soluble, simply water can also be used as a solvent for the extraction. Water immiscible solvents are also commonly used. For example, light petroleum, that is for the extraction of the volatile oil or the fixed oil or the steroids. Ether and chloroforms, they are also used for the extraction of the alkalides or the quinones. So depending upon the active chemical constituents which are present in the crude drug, you have to choose the solvent. So you can choose the solvent from the petroleum ether, carbon tetrachloride, cyclohexane, then carbon disulfide, ether, acetone, benzene, toluene, then esters, that is ethyl acetate, chloroform, alcohol. In alcohol, methanol and ethanol are used. Water, pyridine, organic acids such as acetic acid, mixture of acids and bases with ethanol or pyridines can be used. In this case, you can use a single solvent, or the combinations of the solvents can also be used for the process of extraction. So for the efficacy of the extractions depends upon the nature of the extracting solvent, the particle size of the raw material, ratio of the solvent to the plant material, how much solvent you are using for the process of the extraction, then the temperature at which the extraction is carried out, that is at the higher temperature the extraction will be more as compared to the lower temperature. But in this case, again you have to take the precaution that the components or the phytoconstituents which are present, they should be thermostable in nature, and the duration of extraction, for how much time you are going to extract. So all these factors, they have to be considered before choosing the solvent for the extraction, and the factors, other factors, they are also considered. So depending upon the phytoconstituent, you have to choose the solvent for the extraction. Then for the formulation of the any crude drug, you can take a plant material, powdered it, and you can prepare the formulation in the form of the tablet or the capsule or the powder, or the plant material is taken, extracted by using a suitable solvent, you will obtain a crude extract, and this crude extract you can prepare the formulation such as a tablet, capsule, or the powder or the liquid dosage form can be prepared. Third one, that is the plant material taken, extracted, a crude extract is obtained, then separated by a modern analytical technique you can use for the separation. You will obtain the purified extract. The isolation, it is done. The isolated components, that is the isolated chemical moiety, it is used directly for the formulation. So in this way, the different types can be used for the preparation of the dosage form. So as the process increases, the cost of the formulation get increase. The cost of the formulation will get increased. For the isolated component, the cost will get increased because it will consume the time as well as the energy. Use of one plant or more plant can be used for this purpose for the formulation of the dosage form. The general methods of the extractions, they are the maceration, percolation, digestion, infusion, decoction, and for the fixed oil you can extract the fixed oil by means of the expression technique. For example, the groundnut oil, it is extracted by means of the expression technique, or one can use the solvent extraction method for the extraction of the fixed oil. For volatile oil, the methods which are used for the extraction of the volatile oil, it is the hydrodistillation, in which is further classified as an the water distillation, water and steam distillation, and steam distillation. Next one is the enfleurage and defleurage, equally method, and solvent extraction method. So here we will study about the methods such as the maceration, percolation, digestion, infusion, and decoction. So the maceration, it is a common process which is used for the extraction of the active chemical constant present in the crude drug. In this case, the powdered crude drug, it is placed in a stoppered container to which a selected solvent was added and allowed to stand for 24 to 48 hours depending upon the active chemical constant which are present with frequent agitation. After that, you have to filter it, you have to stain it, mark pressed, and the again the mark which is obtained, again it is macerated, so that the total phytoconstants which are present in the mark, it can be extracted out. Then combine all the extract, then filtered, or by means of the decantation you have to separate, then you have to evaporate the extract to obtain the residue, to obtain the crude residue. In case of the process of maceration, if you are going to use a water as a solvent, then you have to use a chloroform water, because water is a good media for the growth of the microorganism. To prevent the growth of the microorganism, you have to use the chloroform water instead of using a plain water. So as shown in the picture, you have to place the powder of the crude drug along with the solvent for the particular period of time. The time, it may be a 12 hours or 24 hours or the 48 hours. During the storage, it is shaken frequently to obtain the extract, to extract the active chemical constant present in the crude drug. Then the filtration is done. Again the filtrate is separated and the mark is again subjected if necessary for the process of extraction using the same solvent. Then the combination of the solvent or the filtrate is done, and the evaporation and the further processing, it is done on the extract. Next one is the percolation. In this case, the percolator, it is used for this. In this case, the crude drug is reduced to coarse powder. So this percolation, it is performed in a cone shaped vessel as shown in the figure, called as the percolator, the narrow side of which is fitted with the suitable filter and stopcock. So at the bottom there is a perforated bottom and there is a stopcock at the bottom. Plant material which is to be extracted out, it is taken, allowed to macerate with the specified menstruum for a specified period of time, and then subjected for the percolation. The stopcock is open, so the solvent drips slowly from the bottom. So here the stopcock is open, so the solvent will move from top to bottom. During the movement of the solvent will come in contact with the crude drug and it will cause the extraction of the phytoconstant present in the crude drug. The collected solvent is evaporated in rotary evaporator and recovered solvent is put back into the percolator, so the recovered solvent can be reused. So in this case, in the case of the percolation, the solvent will percolate through the crude drug and the extraction of the active chemical constituents will take place. Only in this case the precaution should be taken that the crude drug should be reduced to a coarse powder, otherwise the percolation of the solvent will not take place through the fine powder of the crude drug. So here the percolator it is shown. This is the lid of percolator. This is a conical shape of the percolator. At the bottom you can see a stopcock is there. Here you have to place the glass wool. Here the coarse powder of the crude drug is placed. Above that the filter paper you have to place. Above that the sand you have to place, so that the upper layer will not get disturbed during the addition of the solvent or the menstruum. So solvent is added from the top. It is allowed to stand for the particular period of time. Then the cork is open. During the opening, the menstruum will move through the crude drug and it will cause the extraction of the active chemical constituent present in the crude drug. So in this way the extraction can be carried out by the percolation. Only the disadvantage of the percolator it is that it required a large amount of the solvent for the extraction. Then the extract which is obtained, again further process as per as the we have discussed earlier. Then next method, that is the digestion. Digestion, that is from it is a form of maceration in which a gentle heat is used during the process of extraction. In case of the maceration, no heat is used. Here the gentle heat is used for the extraction and used when a moderately elevated temperature is not objectionable. That is, the phytoconstituents which are present in the crude drug, they are thermostable in nature, and the solvent efficiency of the menstruum is increased thereby. In this case, due to the increase in the temperature, in case of the digestion, due to the increase in the temperature, the efficiency of the solvent get increased due to the high temperature, and it will extract effectively the active chemical constituent present in the crude drug. Next is the infusion. Infusion, again it is a process of macerating the drug for a short period of time with either cold or boiling water. That is, the drug is placed along with the cold and or the boiling water for very short period of time, and the extract which is obtained, it is called as the infusion. Last method, that is the decoction. In this case, the crude drug it is boiled in a specified volume of water for a defined time, cooled and strained. The best example of the decoction is the preparation of the tea. That is, the tea powder it is boiled with the water for the particular period of time, so that the caffeine which is present in the tea leaf powder it will get extracted out. This process is suitable for extracting water soluble drug. So this process is applicable for the water soluble drug and the drug having a phytoconstituents which are thermostable in nature, So in this way the process of the extraction it is carried out by either the maceration or the percolation or the digestion or the infusion or the decoction, depending upon the active chemical constituent present in the crude drug and the solvent. You have to choose the process of the extraction, you have to choose for the extraction. Next one, the hot continuous extraction process, that is the Soxhlet extraction. This is generally used for the extraction of the alkylidal drugs. Method involves continuous extraction by boiling with the organic solvents. So in industry, the Soxhlet extraction it is used widely. Extraction may be performed by repeated maceration with agitation, percolation, or by continuous extraction. That is, it is also called as the hot extraction or continuous hot extraction or the Soxhlet extraction. So these are the Soxhlet apparatus. And in industry, so this is in industry a series of Soxhlet apparatus it is used, and here in this case the same solvent it is flow repeatedly through this Soxhlet apparatus. So a less amount of the solvent it is required for the process of extraction. So these Soxhlet apparatus consist of the round bottom flask. Here it is a round bottom flask in which the solvent which is to be used for the extraction it is placed. Then this is the Soxhlet apparatus. The Soxhlet apparatus consists of this side tube. Then this is a siphon tube. This is called as the siphon tube, and this is the place where you can place the crude drug for the extraction process, that is called as the extractor. That is the extractor. The crude drug, it is packed into the filter paper and it is placed into this extractor. This is a condenser. This is the condenser. When you will heat this solvent, this solvent will get evaporate. The vapors of the solvent will pass through this side tube into the condenser. The vapors will get cooled due to the circulation of cold water, and it will fall on the crude drug. When it will fall on the crude drug, it will extract the active chemical constituents which are present in the crude drug due to the percolation. That is, the solvent will fall on the top of the crude drug and it will percolate toward the bottom. So during this process, it will carry out the isolation of the active chemical constituent present in the crude drug, and when it will reach up to a certain height, up to this height, the total solvent which is present in the extractor, it will pass again through this siphon tube. It will get siphoned and get again dropped into the round bottom flask. So in this way, the same solvent, it is used repeatedly. So here you can see this process, that is, the solvent is heated. When the heated solvent will pass through this side tube into the condenser. In condenser, it will get condensed, it will fall on this extractor. When the level of the solvent in the extractor come at this level, it will get again siphon through this siphon tube. Again it will fall into the round bottom flask. So in this way the process is continue. So this Soxhlet extractor or Soxhlet apparatus, it is used in the industry for the extraction of the alkylidal drugs, or when the drugs they are present in very less amount, the Soxhlet apparatus it is used. So this is all about the process of extraction. Depending upon the active chemical constituents, depending upon the available resources, depending upon the solvent which is to be used for the extraction, you have to choose the method of extraction for the crude drug. Thank you very much.